Welcome to Brainsqueezereactions. Myself, Mark Hector. What are we reacting to now? Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. I just wanted to stop and talk to you guys because my channel has fucking grown immensely and I have not stopped reacting. And I try and fit in discussions 5 minutes before every video and I always think, fuck, I've forgotten some shit and I want to go back and talk about it. And I thought, you know what, fuck this, man. I'm taking a breather. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. So this video, what is this video about? I want you to get to know who the fuck I am. For new people to the channel, I was sitting pretty at 40 for ages. I've only been going 4 months. Then it went up to 100, and then it was moving up and up and up and up and up. And then recently, the channel is starting to implode. To the point of that, I think I was going to do a 2,000 victory subscriber live. I'm now on 2,854. So in the time that I'm taking to arrange that, I'm already hitting 3,000. So you're starting to get the picture of how quickly this fucking channel is growing. So I just thought with everybody new onto this channel, it's an opportunity for me to say, hey, without any music, without any reactions, there are some times where I just want to talk. So what I want you to do in the comment section right now before I start this, I want you to say you're fucking ready. I'm fucking ready. I want to know that there's people that are interested in me. But equally, I want to know who the fuck you are. I keep seeing comments pop up. I don't know who you are. I talk to lovely people. I'm thinking, I want to know more about you. There was a lady called, I think her name's Casey or Cassie, and she does paintings. I went onto a channel because I'm a stalker. No, I went onto the channel because she said about she's got videos on her channel to do with Tupac or something like that. And I went on and she does these amazing art pieces, and they're fucking amazing. They're so good. LaBarbara 70, Gangster G. So I got this lady who's constantly in the comments section. I want to know more about you and who you are. Chris M, I want to know more about you. Man, you write literally single words and you've been here from the start, bro. I know nothing about you. A dude called Shaheem. Shaheem, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be doing Tupac reactions. I need to know about you, bro. So comment section, tell me already. My Compton brother, I can't remember your name, but you gave me a hood pass. I don't even know what the fuck a hood pass is. But you went, you've got a hood pass for Compton. And I went, fuck yeah, I've got a hood pass for Compton. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but I fucking want it. I'm hoping it's like a badge. I hope that you give me a badge and I get to walk somewhere. Then someone else said, you've got one for New York City. And I'm like, fucking hell, I'll have two. I'm going to be like a scout leader with my fucking hood passes. Imagine that. But I know very little about you, and I just thought, let's take this time to get to know each other. I want you to know about how I got to this state here. I want you to know about what I do for a living. I want you to hear why I connected so hard with Tupac. And I also want to talk about the future. I want to talk about the future of this channel. So let's fucking make this a nice video. Let's fucking engage with it. Let's talk. Let's have an interaction. Listen to me. Make this your nighttime. If you're having a bath, put this on in the background. If you're just about to snooze off, have me talking to you in your sleep. I mean, I'll fucking wake you up, but have me talking. So let's dig into this. Let's talk about the channel. The channel is amazing. So the channel is growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, and I love it. I absolutely love it. The channel is gonna progress. I'm gonna do more lives. I want to book a lot more in, not just like every 1,000. I want to start booking some more in to have some proper interactions with yourselves and do some live reactions and just have some live dialogue and talk to you and really enjoy the community. I've slipped a bit. I used to do comment videos where I'd go through people's comments and talk about it. So this is my chance of getting back into that. It's not all about the reactions, it's about the people. I have learned so much from this channel, and that's amazing for me. So this channel, I want it to keep progressing. So we got lives coming up, so I need to know some times for lives. I want to know stuff you want to do on the lives. I'm going to have some stuff that I'm going to get us to do, and questions you can ask me, and stuff that we can do on the live to make them proper worthwhile. I've only ever done one live, and it was amazing. It went on for like an hour and a half, and I had an absolute blast, and I didn't even react to anything. We literally just chatted. And if you want to know about the seagull story, so the day I punched a seagull square in the face, then you need to go to that video and understand why people talk about bagels, seagulls, and all sorts in between. So that's got a lot coming up. What else has happened on this channel? From having this channel, I've managed to engage with people like you don't know. Not just yourself, but let me tell you some. Denine. So that's Eminem's rapper, denying his backup singer. No, that's not what it is. He's what is the person that raps with someone? He's not a backup singer. He does fucking sing. Doesn't matter. So denying from D12. He's an artist. He's a producer and everything. And I did a reaction to one of his songs, and I just copied him in cheekily in Instagram, and he connected. You know, he messaged me and then thanked me and then said another message without me going, holy shit. Went back and said, I've just watched your reaction. You're funny. Or something like, you're a funny guy or whatever. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm funny. That was early on, so denying it was amazing. And then one of the biggest ones that I had was Nancy Fletcher. Nancy Fletcher is one of the singers on a lot of Tupac tracks. Now, Nancy Fletcher saw one of the reactions and came to me and asked me. It was very lovely, absolutely amazing, so kind and so lovely, and spoke to me about, you know, who she was and her interactions with Tupac, but also some of the difficulties she's faced where her name isn't mentioned on some of the songs, and very kindly sent me a list of songs that she's been on, which was amazing, and asked politely to make sure that her name is included on that as well. And it wasn't this thing like, put my name on there, and that's why I'm being very respectful in how I'm saying it. It wasn't like that. It was a very nice thing, and it was talking. She didn't tell me to, she asked me to. There is a big difference between the two. And that engagement has continued, which is crazy, and I'm not going into more dialogue than that, because that's just a very, very nice thing that's happened, and you know, and I know that she's engaged with the Tupac interview, and was very nice in the response to that as well. And to me, that's incredible. That's someone that worked with Tupac. That's someone with a fantastic talent herself with singing, and is engaging with the channel. That's madness, isn't it? That's fucking crazy that's even happened. And then I had a like from Outlaws, but not just one like, every fucking video, you know, on my Instagram, and that was crazy to me as well, and it just blew my fucking mind. And I've yet to go to them and ask them to watch the Tupac interview, because it's a cheeky thing to do, but I just think you're only once on this planet, and so far being me hasn't let me down. So this channel has been crazy, and that's what I love about it. Okay, so that's the channel, that's the exciting things that have happened, plus you sexy bastards, and you are sexy as fuck. Like, I love reading your comments. I always make the effort on the train, there on the train back, I'm always reading your comments, so I want to know stuff about you. Put in the comment section who the fuck you are, and why you like this channel. That is a huge one. Tell me why you engage with this dickhead. Why do you watch me? Why? I don't get it. I wouldn't watch me. I don't even go back and review my videos all the time. I could say some horrific things during these, but I don't. I just think, why the fuck would someone watch me? Look at me, look at my hair. My hair's fucked. Do you know what I mean? Crazy. But equally on this channel, talking about this channel and how it's got to where it's at. When I first started this channel, I did a lot of Eminem, and I got a lot of abuse for that. I got a lot of abuse from this Eminem, because I couldn't find bars. My pause, rewind, and everything else in between. Fuck me, the hate was strong. And I'm joking about my hair, but I cut my hair because like people were attacking me for hair, and I was like, oh my god, I better cut my hair. And I look awful. I really do look like a victim, and I did that because I was trying to change who I was and trying to connect, because people were hating me. But what I want to tell you about is the reason why I started this channel. And this is where you'll get to know me, and you'll understand why that hate hit me hard and why we're here now. So let's talk about me without it being a sob story. I'm very emotionally disconnected, believe it or not. Emotionally disconnected. And that comes from, you know, in reflection and what I do for a living and studying this. And again, I'll talk about that. So I came from a very harsh background. My old man was a horrific piece of shit. A horrific person, so done horrific things to my whole family. Okay? Anything you're thinking, you're correct. Okay? And I remember as a kid hearing the stuff that he would do to my mum, and I wrote a song, and I'll share it with you one day. It's a song that my mum absolutely adores, and it was a very honest song, and got her to know about some of the shit that we all went through and stuff. He was just a horrific human being. But, you know, having to deal with that, which meant that you didn't really have a childhood. You were constantly just surviving. So I think that's where the lack of emotions comes. Don't get me wrong. Like I had a lot of love from my mum, sister, brothers. Probably not so much now, because we're older and mature, and, you know, it happens. It just, you know, you got your own life and you do that. But it was horrific. I remember spending life in hostels, not knowing who was next door, drug dealers. That at any moment when my mum was working late, you were a kid, and you had to share bathrooms, kitchen. You didn't know who was out there. You didn't know who was on that doorstep, and it was bad, and it was difficult, and it was hard, and you spent all your life doing it. I never went to school. I never finished school. I finished school at like 12. I mean, I don't think I ever went back. I may have gone for 1 or 2 days. So I have no education in me whatsoever. All this is self-developed. So then what happened is, as I got older, I moved into learning and development. I went to like sales and stuff like that, but then I moved into training. So I would teach people. And that's where I started finding a calling. I enjoyed teaching. I enjoyed engaging with people. And then I started learning more and more and more. And then I started studying human behaviors and psychology. And that's where I moved into conflict. And conflict at that moment I needed, because I started writing music based on the pain of past. So similar to how you would write a journal, I was writing music. So if you go and listen to some of my songs, you'll hear my story. I was suicidal, tried committing suicide 3 times. One time I actually did, to a point, and a couple of times I did, but woke up, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And it's hard to explain, and I don't want to dig into that now. And it was very hard. So I had to start finding a way to release anger. So that's why music means so much to me, because I would write poetry. And I remember one time coming in and sharing it with a good friend of mine called Chris Melhewish, who's an absolute legend and still a friend of mine now. And I remember him hearing my first track. I think it was Love Is. I think it was the first song that I did. And I remember him, like, I just played it. I didn't say it was me. I think I didn't say it was me, or I might have just gone, embarrassingly, that's me. And I'm a very shy individual. And I still am now sometimes, but then that would have been hard to go to Chris, hey, listen to this. And he was like, is this you? I just remember him going, I think he was on a call or something. He was doing something. He's like, and it was just amazing. I was like, yeah, bro, it's me. And I started doing music, but then I found myself writing my feelings, and that's where I started digging into some dark shit. It probably was the best thing that happened to me, because it was easier doing that than trying to kill yourself. You know, that was the difference. I can kill myself in music. I can kill Ian in music. I can say and express how I feel in that, but not physically do it. So those songs you hear is all from that emotion, and that then tied in with the work that I was doing, and that's when it started opening up. Like, why would I do that? And I started studying behaviors and why people think and feel the way that they do, and I started learning about conflict, because I wanted to know how your own dad can hate a family so much to abuse them in such a way, physically, mentally, emotionally, and then just go on with their life like nothing's happened. And then get others to try and feel remorse for him. You know, be in a relationship and be like, I didn't do that. But knowing you did was mad to me. And I had to find that. And I started studying people, and 16 years later, and I've done that. And then that got me once I figured that out, I realized that I could start teaching others this stuff. So I moved into behaviors in my delivery, and I work for a company where I deliver to leaders about connecting with people. But externally, I do a lot of therapy with individuals. So this is where I promise you this is all leading to something, but this is you getting to know me. Comment now if you're still here. This is 13 minutes in. Give me a comment that you're still listening, you're engaged with this Hector story, because this is not an easy thing to talk about. So then what happened was I started connecting with helping others, because what I found that, you know, going through that stuff I learned, and I was like, oh my word, like if people knew this, they'd understand and start connecting these dots, and this could help someone going through the same thing that I did, but quicker. This could help someone who has confidence issues and this, that, and the other. So I started helping people externally. So the types of people I've had to help is people that lack confidence, people who've been abused, people that have lost children and loved ones, people with most of the words, illnesses that you know they have an end, you know, like cancer and stuff like that, and it's trying to deal with them to get them to think differently. And I started noticing that people were taking on board what I was saying, and physical changes were taking place. Physical changes. People have recently said that you leave an air, Hector, like everyone remembers you. And I don't know that. I was just doing this because I could, and it was just this engagement. Because there's emotional disconnect, I'm not realising the impact it's having to people. I'm just enjoying doing it. And then I found out about my head being ADHD. So this is where I found out I have like 7 voices in my head. I have to control them because one of them wants to fucking be, And I had to figure this one out. And what that meant was that during certain times I had to find ways of suppressing this when you're coaching people, or dealing with difficult situations and so on and so forth. And I found out loads of things about myself and how I can support myself, and that could help others who were going through the same thing. And then I found out about autistic behaviors. My oldest boy is autistic on the scale of autism. So it was about that. And then learned about my daughter, who's she's not gay, she's pansexual. There's so many. Okay, so I'm trying to learn that as well, but having to deal with that as an emotional, and so on and so forth, and everything else in between. So I really understand people. But what I found was I wasn't detaching myself. So I had the music, which was brutality of emotions. I'm then dealing with people with like suicide and this, and I'm trying to help them. I've got a full-time job. I'm talking about emotions. I'm talking about behaviors. There was no let up. And that's where YouTube started. YouTube was my let up, where suddenly I could be me. My excitable self that comes out, that's me. That's sometimes the inner me that wants to come out, but I can't do it in certain environments, so I needed something, and YouTube was the way. So imagine how terrible it was when I finally found a platform that I was like, okay, this is a chance to be me, and then you're just being belittled with hate. The moment I started. How dare you miss one word in an Eminem song? Who the fuck are you? You're far too much. You're missing all the lyrics. Do you know what it's like to suffer from tendencies of excitement where you have to listen to something 18 times? That can be conversations, and still not actually hear what's being said because there's so much going on up here. Now try and dissect an Eminem track that's going joining it because it's the first time you listen to it, so your head's fucking buzzing, your endorphins are going off, your 17 voices are talking to you, plus you've got to try and dissect lyrics. So I had to pause and rewind. The fucking abuse that took place, it was horrific. For those of you early on, you know what I'm talking about. There was little committees taking place within the comments section to belittle me. Not just the fact that I'd missed lyrics, but who I was as an individual. I'm thinking, you fuckers don't even know me. So I sort of pulled back a bit, and I still was doing them, but I was trying to please everybody. I went to this like pleasing moment on YouTube, and then I had to have a word with myself. As similar to like I did, like, what am I doing, man? Start being you. So I started pushing back with the shit that I do in work, but then to say to people, stop ruining my breakaway. Stop ruining my opportunity to break away from the norm. Give it a fucking rest. Hence why every video I have to say about it. Hence every video I say it so that people are aware. Because people need to be told. And I know you, as the subscribers, you're like, you don't need to say that. You don't. I do need to say it. Because they don't deserve to exist in the comment section. So I do need to engage with it, and I won't change doing that. You're not here to change my mind. That's what I need to do. You just got to trust me on that one. But just know and love why I do that. But it's equally the reason why I do need to pause and rewind, because if I'm invested in something so deep, it means that sometimes I get so excited, and beats as well. If there's multiple things taking place, then I have to try and grasp everything, and it's very difficult to do that for me. So I do have to rewind and go back into it. There's no rewind button in life, but there's a damn well one on YouTube that I can fucking use. If there was one on life, I'd be doing the same fucking thing as well every single moment. But I can't. But I can on YouTube. Whew. Now this brings me into the Tupac. So I listened to a song to do with Busta Rhymes, and Busta Rhymes was talking about the culture change of being black in this world, and that really hit me. And suddenly I started to noticing emotionally I was connecting with it, because everything I know about people and behaviors, everything I know about the struggle I went through from a conflict point of view, and I'm connecting the dots, I'm hearing a similar message. Not to do with abuse physically from a family perspective, mum and dad, something wider, where cultural abuse. And I realized that I know why that's taking place. Like, oh my God, like the stuff that I learn and stuff that I know, I actually know, fuck. And I want to know more about that because I need more input, because I suddenly had this realization about, fuck, imagine waking up and being that individual by the color of your skin, can't control the behaviors of someone else. And fuck, what must that feel like? Almost like waking up every day and like Mimira having to come home, and then be beaten for no reason. For just being you. So there's a similar dialogue there, and I'm not comparing notes. We go, look what you did, you found the loophole. No. I found the loophole to do with the term abuse. Unlike you, I don't look at people's colour of the skin. I don't do that. Amara's always said, born the wrong colour because I'm interested in culture. Okay? That's because I only look at people based on their behaviours. You can be a dick in any situation, like I said before, you can be a dick, so don't judge me on that. What I'm saying is the abuse was very similar. Then suddenly with this Tupac, fuck me, that man is an educator. But equally so are you guys. So as I was going through this and understanding that, I was really, really coming to grips with what the fuck was taking place everywhere. What the fuck was going on? And listening to the interview, getting to understand, holy shit, like imagine if you did live next door to someone that was fucking a killer, and then throw drugs into that mix and guns into that mix. I would do that. I would start creating gangs. I would start shoot to kill. I would start feeling paranoid. Doesn't matter the colour of your skin. It's got fuck all to do with it. It's called being a human being. It's the same mindset. So everything was connecting, and that's why on this journey with Tupac, it's something else. Because when you connect that with how I think, feel, and behave, my internal dialogue that I share with others, now I suddenly have a cultural awareness of why it might be difficult for who you are based on things you can't control, i.e. the type of brain you got, the type of skin that you have, and so on and so forth. You don't get what type of ammunition that adds to myself as dialogue to support others in the future. So excuse me for wanting to extend the Tupac a little bit further than 1, 2, 3 weeks. Because A, he's revolutionary with what he's saying, and B, fuck me, can that boy rap. And it's crazy good, and it's so fucking good. So I wanted to connect and learn about the culture, and I'm learning every song. Yes, my head is enjoying it. I love music. I love dissecting. I love the synapses of light bulbs when I figure out a lyric. But equally what I'm doing is picturing myself in this dude's shoes from a behavior perspective and what it must be like. That's fucking mind-blowing. Okay? So that's the reason why this Tupac is so important. And that's my long-winded way of getting to that point. But think about my whole backstory that's got me to this point, and think about everything else in between, and now ask why Tupac is so fucking important. Because I'm opening up a doorway to education that others wouldn't even bother to open in my position. They're more interested in popularity. I don't care. I don't care if you love me or hate me. I'm probably hated by more people I teach than I am liked. But if you're asking the question, am I respected for things that I say? Probably. Whether they want to admit it or not, you know I'm fucking right. I'm not right all the time. I'm not someone who thinks they're perfect. No such thing. It doesn't exist on this planet. But what I found from doing this is that I'm connecting and learning. And I've had a bigger growth over these last couple of days than I've had over the whole thing, because I think that there's a growth not just in the people that I'm connecting with, but equally in myself, and the fact that I can talk about things and be more myself. And I found that people are getting attracted to the honesty of who I am. This is who I am as an individual, and I ain't changing for fucking no one, and neither should you. So that is me. That is the channel, and there you go, 22 minutes of listening to me banter on about shit. Let me know in the comments section if you made it this far. That would be interesting. And if you did make it this far, this is where I want you to comment who the fuck you are. I want you to tell me everything about you. I want to know about you. I will fucking read it. I will read it. Or if you want to send in an email, you don't have to send it directly. You want to send a voice note through that, fucking go for it. Go wild. Send that. That's equally good. Send me a song. Savage. That's the other dude, man. What a rapper. We got some exciting stuff coming up. Shut up, Hector. You can't send him. But there's loads of stuff going on. Where was I going with that shit? Yeah, so tell me, who the fuck are you? Who are you? And why the fuck do you watch this dude waffle on for 24 minutes? I don't have a clue why you do it. Why would you put yourself through this trauma? Anyway. So that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about, was the channel, how it's got to this stage, and everything else in between, and everything that we deal with. I still have to deal with internal battles continuously every day. So there's some times where I don't record, and I've done some pre-records that I put out because my brain just isn't ready, because if I've had a very difficult coaching discussion or something, I'm just not in the mood. But now I'm starting to realize that it's this that puts me in a better mood. And talking to you now, I hope it doesn't fall flat on my fucking face, and I hope it actually hits people in the right, because this is me being me, and this is why I've got my hood passes. Just remember that. But yeah, that's literally who I am, and there's loads more to learn about me. That's not the only story, but you'll get to know that on the lives, and we'll get to go through that. But one thing I want to do on one of the lives is I want to tell you and educate you what I know about people, and I can do that in an hour. I can get you to change your whole perspective on how you think, feel, and behave around individuals, the way you judge, the way you judged, if you judged me through this video, if you judge others for pausing and rewinding. I can teach you that, and I think that would be an amazing live. Name me another YouTuber that's doing that, along with their bouncy reactions. I can't see him anywhere. Oh, Hector, honestly, mate, you're a prick, son. Anyways, so that's it. I'm going to stop this video here because I want to tell you more, but I know there'll be more videos like this in the future, and long may that continue. So show some love in the comment section. There you go. You got to know about me. Go back and listen to Hector tracks, the Hector songs that are in there. Now, when you watch Hector reacting, maybe have a bit more awareness about the person that I am and how difficult it is sometimes to pick up everything in one hit, especially if it's a song that I'm vibing to. It's your guys' fault. It's your fault by giving me songs that are fucking brilliant, that are driving my head insane. That's your fault. That's not my fault. That's your fault. Just so you know, so take some of the burden off that. Anyway, I look forward to you on the next reaction. I hope you liked the when we ride on our enemies, because that was a fucking track, and I enjoyed everything about that. Still got Tupac tracks coming up. I am going to start throwing some other ones into the mix alongside Tupac, just so you know. So Kendrick Lamar is going to start showing his head next week, so you start seeing that come up. It won't be back-to-back Kendrick, which was the plan originally. It was going to be a week of Kendrick. That's not going to happen because this Tupac journey is still very important. But I'm also fully aware that I would like to listen to other musicians as well. We've got new Eminem and Snoop Dogg that's coming up. Can't wait for that one to start dissecting into there. I definitely want to be dissecting in what the fuck is going on with Game. What in fuck's name is going on with him? So we need to listen to that track when it comes out. Fucking hell, I wait with bated breath. We've also got the Joel Ortiz and Crooked to be listening to as well, plus any others that you recommend. Look, I fucking love you. So, and that's genuine. That's genuine as genuine can be. But I'm hoping now you really, really understand why. Because you are my getaway from life. You are my opportunity to be myself. So what I would want you to continue doing is allowing me to be myself. And equally, you're allowed to be yourself on this channel. Comment section, everything. But I want to know about you. Educate me now. Spend the next 27 minutes in your comment section telling the world who the fuck you are, everything in between, warts and all. You now know my warts. I talk too much. Didn't you know that I talk too much? Did you not know? Comment section right now. If you didn't know that I spoke too much, I'm just trying to make it to 30 minutes so it's an even 30. What can we talk about? This is pressure. I'm watching the clock. TikTok, 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 TikTok. Give me something to talk about. Soul food. I don't know what that is. Educate me. What can I talk about? What can I talk about? What can I talk about? I literally have nothing to talk about. How weird's that? I put myself on the spot that I can't physically. If I was just fucking racking shit off, then I'd be talking about it. But now I put myself on the spot. Did I say that I like you? Did I say that I love you? Did I say that you're awesome? Did I say that you're amazing? Did I say that sometimes when I'm on the train, I play Hunt the Serial Killer? Did you know that I studied the thought process of serial killers and the darkest ones and how it leads into conflict? You didn't know that because I just told you that now. And that's the truth. I watched the film Joker with Joaquin Phoenix from a psychological point of view, which is something that I'm going to talk about in the live. So there you go. You didn't know that, did you? We're going to have an amazing time on this channel. We're genuinely going to have an amazing time on this channel. I'm going to start doing some crazy shit on this to do with reactions. We're going to start reacting to other things, not just music. We're going to start reacting to more interviews. We're going to start reacting to more things. We've also got the Put the Music Where Your Mouth Is, where I've got songs from you that I'm going to be reacting to. There's so much that's coming on this channel, and I want it to keep progressing, getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You're a massive influence in my life, a massive influence. So now it's time to be a massive influence in yours, and I'm going to share everything that I can. I know the meaning to life. The meaning to life is to make yourself redundant, and that doesn't mean redundant of jobs, that mean redundant on every skill, positive behavior, difficult situation you've ever lived, breathed, and anything in between. Share that with someone, because they'll learn from that. And equally, if they share back to you every skill they've learned, every behavior, every step that they've taken in life, then what you start doing, you'll educate that to others. Constantly keep making yourself redundant. The world would be a better place. When we start holding shit back, that causes stress. Stress causes anger. Anger causes environment breakdowns, etc, etc. So on this channel, let's just share and express. That's 30 minutes. Fuck yeah, that's how we do it. See you on the next reaction. Peace out.